Hey everyone, usually Unemployed here. Back at it again with a Unemployed game review. This time we're going to be reviewing Delta Force, a new FPS launched December 5th. It's been out for almost a month now, so we're going to take a review. I've been playing it, got about 20 hours into it, 25. It's kind of like Battlefield. I don't know if we should call it that though. Battlefield 2042 is just hot garbage on release, and because of that I feel like none of the players ever really came back to give it another chance. So I feel like that killed the momentum. Uh, I don't know. Like, it's like calling Marvel Rivals like Overwatch clone. Like, they did it better. Maybe Overwatch is like Marvel Rivals. Anyways, it's an FPS game, free to play, developed by TIMI Studio Group, which is a subsidiary of our wonderful friends at Tencent. You know, Tencent Games, Riot Games, things like that. Lovely company. The game's doing really well from the Steam charts. It's holding its peak player base roughly for 2 weeks now, so that's pretty impressive. Not very many games that get released on Steam do that. Anyways, I wasted enough of your time. So with that being said, let's hop right into this review, see what this game's got, see what it doesn't got. Let's just see what we overall think about it. Starting this review with my first personal like of the game, the gun customization. The gun customization in this game is just insane. The amount of attachments you can put on your primary or your secondary is ridiculous in comparison to like Call of Duty or Battlefield or any of the other FPSs that are like this. The primaries, from what I can tell, have anywhere from 10 to 16 potential attachments that you can have attached at one single time. That's insane. Not really heard of in any of the games that are like this. Along with that, you can also calibrate your weapon in one of the menus, so that way you can kind of adjust it to manipulate the stats to better suit whatever game style gameplay you're trying to reach. So I really think that's pretty interesting. But I will say, I'll talk about a downside to the gun customization later on in the video, because it isn't all perfect. But we'll get to that later. Like I said, almost all of the maps have vehicles. So like if you're in Warfare, which is one of the game modes, there is Attack and Defend and King of the Hill and a few other ones. I mostly have played Attack and Defend and King of the Hill. When I started playing, I was playing Attack and Defend. I didn't really like it. Like, the vehicles aren't equal. Like, one side will have a tank, the other side will just have an anti-air, and there won't be any helicopters on the other side, so what's the point of having the anti-air to begin with? It's a little interesting, but King of the Hill is more like Conquest and Battlefield, which is what I really enjoyed. So it's where, you capture the flag and you hold it, and they lose tickets based on how many points you're holding. It has vehicles, so they have ATVs, light armor, LAVs, tanks, a light anti-tank vehicle, attack choppers, scout helicopters, so there's just a lot of vehicles. I definitely feel like there's room for improvement with the vehicles, especially the ground vehicles. I don't know, I feel like some things I should be able to drive right over, and some things I can't destroy. In a tank and an Abrams, it just seems a little unrealistic for some of the things, like, we're inconsistent across the maps. Like, sometimes some of the concrete barriers, you can drive right through them. Sometimes you can't. I don't really know what determines that, so I feel like it's a little inconsistent. Also, the helicopter anti-personnel rockets or whatever, boy do they do their job. They deal so much damage. I don't know if it's in this video, but while I was recording this, or trying to record this, there was like a little group of enemies, and I just wailed into them with the rockets, and I think I only got 3 out of like the 6 that were there, the 7, but it was nice. It was nice just seeing all the hit markers and the damage, the XP from the damage. I haven't gotten the piloting down yet, really. I feel like my WASD keys, they respond way too strongly. So I don't know if that's like a setting that I can change. I'm hoping it's a setting I can change. But you're going to see me land a helicopter upside down twice, and neither times the helicopter just immediately explodes. So I don't know. I guess these helicopters are built. They just built different. They're built like Tyler 1. They also have a few different game modes. Like, I know I said that they had King of the Hill and Attack and Defend under Warfare. So, like, it's kind of like sub game modes under Warfare game mode. And they also have a extraction shooter called Operations. Um, and then they're supposed to be adding in the future the story of the Black Hawk Down mission. It's going to be like a campaign mode that's supposed to be coming in the future, but we all know how video game companies and their promises are, so I'm not gonna hold my breath about that. I haven't played any really extraction games before. I've played Dark and Darker and the Marauders. Both were extraction top games. I enjoyed those, but I'm definitely having a lot of fun with this game mode. The gunplay feels really well in the extraction shooter. I honestly figured it would feel the same, but to be honest, they kind of feel different. Like, it kind of feels better shooting in the extraction, the operation mode, than it does in warfare, even though, like, you could have the same gun. So I don't really know about that, but it does feel good shooting, and I am enjoying the extraction mode. Now let's circle back to the attachments. So earlier I was saying that the attachments it's not perfect. So you get attachments by leveling up your weapon by using your weapon. The max weapon level is 75. So you can get XP tokens that have a static amount of XP. Instead of like in Call of Duty where you activate it and it's activated for, like, let's say 3 days. This token might have 7,500 XP for that gun and you can use so many. So I actually leveled up the MP5 all the way up to level 75 without even playing a single game with it. So that way I could have all of my attachments unlocked, because I seen a video where this dude was just, I mean, playing horribly as a medic, but man, was he absolutely dishing out some shells. I mean, he was killing a whole bunch of people. So I was going to try out that little build with it, so I went ahead and used a decent, I think it was like 20 of the large XP tokens to get it to max level. But this brings up a huge problem that I have with this so far. You can't change your attachments in the game. And it makes no sense how it was overlooked. Like, I don't understand if it was overlooked or if it was left out on purpose, but you can't, well, I just don't, it doesn't, I can't comprehend why it would be left out. Like, yeah, sure, you can, outside of the game, you can make like 6 different loadouts per weapon, like 6 different, the same gun, but with each loadout has different attachments. But why can't I just make those changes inside the game? So I don't really understand that. I mean, maybe it's not a major problem, like it's not game breaking, but it definitely is aggravating. Like, I want to change, like maybe I want to try out the ACOG instead of the red dot. I have to either have a preset saved with it, or back out and make the changes and then go back in. And I just don't understand why they would have done that or why it was overlooked. Now, I do have 2 major problems with this game. The first one being their kernel level anti-cheat. This game uses Tencent's anti-cheat expert, Ace. My problem with this is that I gave them kernel level access to my computer. The deepest part of my computer they can access. But they're still cheaters. Like, they've already cracked the Ace anti-cheat. Like, why did I have to, I gave this company access to my computer hoping that they don't use it maliciously, and they can't even provide their end of the deal. So to me, it's just really aggravating. It just really is aggravating. I mean, I have an IT background. I don't really like giving up my privacy when I can. If I can get away without doing it, I will. But in this situation, I had to do it in order to play the game. The game's fun, but I really wish that if I was going to give up my privacy to my computer, they can at least hold up their end of the deal and there won't be hackers. I haven't experienced any hackers, or not that I know of. I mean, sometimes I've been shot and I'm like, well, that's a little questionable, but also I'm decently bad at FPSs. They're not my strong suit when it comes to games. Maybe it's a questionable shot, or maybe I'm just garbage. I would say it's more likely I'm garbage.
No secrets under my arrow.
But it just doesn't make any sense to why they would do that. They would have a kernel level anti-cheat and then still have cheaters. And I'm hoping they get banned. I don't know. I'm assuming they get banned, but I haven't really seen anything where it's saying like they've done a lot of banning. Also, hackers, from my understanding, have ruined Tarkov or made Tarkov miserable. This game has an interesting way of going about it. The Jade Team, the developers, are trying to combat hacking by, if you get killed by a reported hacker, you're actually going to get everything. Your not everything, but you're going to get your like helmet, your backpack, your weapons, your ammo. You're gonna get those supplies back. They're gonna give it back to you, so that way it's you didn't lose anything from somebody who's exploiting or cheating in the game. So I think that's cool. I mean, they don't really have anything for warfare like that. Like, you know, you can't. I don't know. I feel like they could give you XP tokens or something. You know, after so many times of being killed by. Well, after a hacker kills you, I feel like, or a cheater kills you, they should definitely just, you know, give you some tokens. That would be neat, or some XP towards your gun that you were using when you died. My second major issue is skill-based matchmaking. It blows. Like, it really does. I don't like it. It means that I basically can never just open up the game and have a relaxing game. It's either going to be... It's usually just filled with people who are just popping smokes down choke points and just shooting grenades through, or using the new operator that can shoot grenades. I don't know his name. But it's just, I don't like skill-based matchmaking. I don't see a point in having skill-based matchmaking when they also have a rank system. Like, what's the point? What's the difference? I mean, the rank system sure gives me an arbitrary, imaginary rank, and I can use that to bolster my ego, talk crap with my friends, but I mean, really, what's the difference between skill-based matchmaking and ranked? I miss the days where I could get into a lobby and get absolutely stomped, or I'd get into a lobby and I'm basically Shroud. So that, I don't like skill-based matchmaking, and I wish FPSs would quit adding it. Like, have the ranked mode, and then have a mode that just queues up anybody who's ready to play at that moment in time. So with all that being said, what do I think of the game? I mean, the game's fun. I'm enjoying the 2 game modes that are available, and I don't really see the game going anywhere. It's holding players' attention well. Team Jade, from everything I could see on Google, they haven't really developed any games. They're mentioned with Call of Duty Mobile, but I mean, past that, I couldn't find any games that they published or developed. Sorry. So I believe the game will get better over time. I'm not going to use that, like I said earlier, in the scoring. I'm just hoping that it will. You know, Battlefield 2042, hot garbage on release. They did fix it. Now it's good. The players never returned. So I'm hoping that with time this is going to get even better. I really hope this kicks DICE into gear as well. I'm hoping that's a side effect of this game being decent, being good. Because I do miss when Battlefield, like Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. And 5 was alright too. I'm having a good time with this game. I feel like if you like Battlefield, or if you like FPSs, you should try this. If you like Battlefield, you should definitely try this game out. The shooting feels good. The maps are fun to play on. It does have problems, but none of the problems are groundbreaking. At all. Like, everything that I've mentioned in this video are minor. Until I'm experiencing a hacker like once a day that's very blatant, then I don't feel like it's that game breaking. So the official Unemployed review score of this game is going to be a 7 out of 10. I really think that it deserves that. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's definitely better than most of the FPSs that have been released recently. Next week, we're going to do PW2, maybe. I don't know. I'm running out of hard drive space, so it's really hard to record longer sessions. I thought I would have more hard drive space after deleting some of the COD games. I was wrong. Videos kind of take up a lot of hard drive space, to be honest. I was really shocked by that. So, I don't know what video we're going to be having next week, but it will be a video game video. I don't know if it'll be me playing City Skylines or some other game, or a game review, but I definitely will be producing a video on next Saturday. I appreciate you guys tuning into this Unemployed game review. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Deuces. See ya. Bye. Goodbye. See ya. Deuces. Don't let the good. Nope. How's it go? Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.